Beats by Dallas, make it hurt.
Well, there it is. I got you. I got you. Welcome. Let me start over again. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's going on? Let me start over again because I feel hype. Here we go. Welcome. Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome to the one and the only, the big time show. I know you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Angry Cowboy fan, I see you the one that got me together. Talk to me. Let me know. On point. Thank you, sir. I believe I'm good now. I believe I'm good. It's live, so anything can go wrong. But thank God that I kind of know my stuff and can immediately fix it. But thanks to my brother in here, the Angry Cowboy fan, who let me know I ain't being heard. Yeah, so hey, I can't do the show if I can't be heard, right? You know what time it is. Appreciate you, Shane. I see you, brother. Thank you so much. Welcome, being seen and heard live right now on YouTube, on Facebook. Both of those, of course, are on the Big Time Show channels, on Twitch right now, and also on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call. So I'm here. I'm live. As I said before, actually, I have to perform a wedding today at 5 o'clock, but I got to be there maybe about an hour before. So y'all know I can't do the show at 3 o'clock and then be done by, 3:20? There's no way. So I'm on a little early today. So forgive me for that, for those who are used to me being on at 3 o'clock. Just a little adjustment. We'll be back to our regular time, at least I hope, next week on this particular day. As you come in, guys, y'all know the routine. Listen, go ahead and share if you don't mind. If you honor me by just sharing the content, it helps grow the show. I mean, the channel. Plus, you never know. You may get a Cowboy fan that may like my little analysis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta adjust to whatever we're going with, and then of course to all the content creators that are here live. I know one for sure is here, and that's our brother, the Angry Cowboy fan, and to the content creators that will see me later on or replay of this show or whatever. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm sorry. I hope that you guys will share. As we have, ladies and gentlemen, a humongous game on tomorrow. No, the season is not over if we lose, but if we win, then things slowly but surely, not quickly, but slowly, starts to kind of take shape. I'm coming from the standpoint, these are games, especially, of course, with the injuries. Appreciate you, Joe. I see you, man. I'm going to speak to everybody that's in the chat that I see. Joe, of course, I already spoke to Angry Cowboy fan. I think I spoke to Shane. Greg, how you doing, sir? I think that's the only people that have spoken. So we got people who just looking. And I appreciate everybody. Y'all do like Joe do, man. Joe be on it, man. I appreciate it. Everybody hit that like button. We will do. You may not do as much as Joe just did, but let's start off easy. Just smash it for at least 25, everybody, if you don't mind. What's up? What's up, Eric Walls? I see you. Thanks for popping in on me, brother. Go ahead. Just smash it. It ain't going to take me about 15 seconds. Smash the like button if you're on Facebook. If you're on Twitter, just hit the screen and you'll see a heart, a blue heart, or something like that pop up. So let's do that. I was talking about winning if we pull it off, because let's not fool or let's not pretend things aren't what they are. We are an underdog tomorrow, no doubt about that. Should be an underdog. I don't think, other than Cowboy fans, or Cowboy people that worked for the Cowboys, there aren't too many people picking us, which is what I like. The Pittsburgh Steelers are supposed to be the favorite. They're at home. We're lacking in some areas as far as personnel goes. They're supposed to be. Hate it, but it is what it is. So these are the games that the Cowboys are supposed to lose. But what happens if the Cowboys pull it off? All right. Then, a win like tomorrow would be so huge for the morale, for the confidence, all of that type of stuff. Whatever other, adjective you want to put with it, it would be so huge. And I believe that they have I believe they got a real good shot at pulling it off. But it's only if we play it right. I do believe that we're going to play better defense than what you think. A lot of people think. I understand Parsons is not there. I understand D-Law is not there. I understand Bland is not there. I get it. But I got a feeling, I really do, that the Cowboys are going to play much better than what you're thinking. I really do. I believe because of the injuries, listen to me, it's almost reminiscent of when Dak got hurt and Cooper Rush had to take over for those 5 games. What did we do? And I understand the defense is different than what we had because, as we remember, the defense was lights out those games that Cooper Rush started, and we leaned heavily on the running game. If you remember that, I believe we're about to see that again, and it's going to be up to the defense to try to catch up. Because I believe because of the injuries on the defensive side, we got young guys playing. I believe we got, all that type of thing, replacements just about in very key positions. I believe that Mike McCarthy is going to have to protect these guys. And one way you do that is trying to stay on the field. So in other words, the time of possession game to me now is supposed to be at the forefront on tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. We can't go 3 and outs all game long and put that type of pressure on the defense. If we line it up and just passing the ball, I mean, we have to have sustained long drives. I'll take the explosive plays if it comes without a doubt, but we just can't have this defense on the field the entire game. We can't afford it. I don't care, and it would be the same thing if Parsons and Lawrence were playing. They can't be on the field the whole game. You're asking for trouble if that is the case. So I believe McCarthy will be a little different than what we've seen in these first 4 games or so. And I'm talking about the balance between run and pass. We may end up having to throw more, but I think it's going to be a little bit more balanced out. That's just that's my hope. McCarthy don't let me down because I know who he is. I know what he does, and I'm not about to start acting like that all of a sudden he going to flip the switch and then, turn it around like we just like the old, like we the Baltimore Ravens, where we just going to punish you in the running game. That's not how we roll. So I understand that. But I think that there will be a effort to try to run the ball, and you need to. And here's the other reason why. Before we get into all these X's and O's, and shout out to all the content creators who have shown, film and who have, discussed strategy of how we can do it, and sought out matchups and say, well, we can attack these people and all that type of stuff. That's good. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that. But let me go ahead and give y'all the bottom line before we get into the X's and O's and what we need to do and what we don't need to do. Let me just go and put it out here because I've been saying it all year long and they haven't proved me wrong. If the Cowboys don't come out here and don't be physical, see, these are the games. These are the games that I've been trying to tell y'all about. Because I know Coach Mike Tomlin, and we all know what type of teams he produces. All of them have the same common denominator. They are physical. Smash mouth, hit you dead in your mouth, and dare you to get back up. They're gonna beat you up. This is what Mike Tomlin does. I don't care what team he has, over the years, it's the same strategy. They run the ball. They do have wide receivers that can hurt you. They have a quarterback that's playing now that can hurt you in both ways, running and passing. But the Steelers have that identity that they are going to just try to out-physical you. And if you don't answer the bell, it's going to be an ugly game for you. They will beat you up offensively, and they will beat you up defensively. And you got to match it. And so what I've been crying for the last God knows how many years and trying to tell everybody, finesse will not get this done this week. So if Mike McCarthy want to jump out here and put Dak in the shotgun all game long, and I agree with you, Shane. I see your comment that you said that this has to be a Dak game. Well, he has to lead us, but we can't abandon. We have to control time of possession. We can't let it be so backwards or so seesawish, if you let me say that. Where the Steelers are up here and we down here. We just can't have that this week. We can't. We have to. We got to run it this week. Try to run it. Look, whatever. If it's 2 yards, so be it. 2 yards per play, so be it. You got to beat a bully with a bully type play calling. You just can't let the guys. I said it with if y'all were hanging with me with Boss Cowboy. You know, Mike McCarthy specializes in letting our offensive line do the moonwalk. As soon as the ball is snapped, they're going backwards. That's what I meant by it. We can't have our guys on pass protection the whole game. It's not going to work. It's not. Been saying it forever. That go back to even the Kellen Moore days. I just don't understand it. But if you do it this game, we're going to be in for a long day. You gotta hit guys. Let the offensive line go forward and hit people. That's what you got. Now we can't move people. You know, they got some good players. You know, Hayward is awesome. I don't have to say anything about TJ Watt. We all know who he is and what he represents. We know he's a game wrecker. Teams have been trying to figure out how to stop him since he came into the league. He still puts up his numbers. He still is defensive player of the year. He's still an all-pro. So, in other words, you know, we ain't figured it out. Nobody's figured it out how to stop him. You guys got to try to control him. But there are certain things, even in that you have to do. I looked at a little film. What I noticed is this about TJ Watt, since I'm here, before I forget. TJ Watt always pretty much predominantly lines up on the right side of the defense, which means he will be lined up on the left tackle. No matter how good the left tackle is or how bad, he rarely switches to the right side. To the left side. That's what I noticed. So that means that we're going to see, of course, as I said at the beginning of the year or during the summer, after we drafted Tyler Guyton, that he's going to get baptized again this week. As I said before, this is just he's getting a crash course this whole year about how to play left tackle because he's going against the best. It started in the summer when he was getting baptized by Micah Parsons. You go down the line from Myles Garrett all the way up to this present moment and look at who he had to see. Now you understand what I've been saying. Tomorrow is just another chapter of the story of Tyler Guyton in his rookie year. Now, here's my problem, y'all. If you looked at the tape with the Giants, I didn't like that the fact that probably for maybe about 6 snaps. 6 snaps. He other than 6 snaps, he had Thibodeau going one-on-one with Guyton. I didn't like that. Because you don't want to give a chance for a game record to wreck. You understand? I didn't like that philosophy. And of course, I think he gave up a sack to him, but it was the amount of pressure that he had. No, he didn't sack him, but he, and then of course the holding penalties that came because he went one-on-one. Look, it is what it is. Stop trying to be the smartest people in the room. Please give Tyler Guyton some help sometime. Put the tight end over there. Let the running back chip him. Do something. But you just can't allow these game records, these proven game records, people that you ain't got to wonder about, that nobody else in the league goes one-on-one with some of these type of guys. TJ Watt is one of these guys that you don't even want to roll the dice with. You know this coming in. So I'm going to be interested to see how Mike McCarthy does that. If he letting Tyler Guyton go one-on-one, I'm not happy with that. Matter of fact, I'm fearful. Because if you TJ Watt is who he is, full respect. No disrespect to him at all. You go one-on-one with TJ Watt at some point, maybe a little bit more than what you think, he is going to destroy somebody. I'm just telling you. He's that type of player. I give full credit to him. He's a special ball player. Can't go one-on-one with him. Now, if you want the game rigged up, then you just let him go one-on-one, and then I'll be on here for the post-game show and say, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? You just can't do that. So that's the first thing. That we're talking about being physical. See, if we're not physical tomorrow, everything that everybody's analyzing, it don't mean nothing. You got to meet a bullet head on with physicalness. Finesse ain't gonna work. I'm scared of that with Mike McCarthy because that's all he showed me most of the time. So I feel like the way we have to run it tomorrow, whether it's successful or not, just run it. And if you give him the ball, I mean, Rico runs well. I got to give it to Zeke. A couple times he got it. He's getting yardage. You got to run it. You got to try. You got to lay on these guys. You got to. I don't see why we're not doing it in the first place. It don't make sense. I don't want it to be a Dak game, as Shane said earlier. I want Dak to make the plays when they have to be made, but I need some balance now. I don't need Dak throwing it 47 times. I don't need it 50 times. I don't need it, but the way we're playing, that's what it looked like. It's going to have to put, the way we've been playing, it looks like Dak is going to have to put on a Superman cape and just try. Brandon Cook's not playing. Now Tolbert steps in as the number 2 receiver. Jalen Brooks probably steps in as the 3. Everybody talking about Flournoy, but Flournoy probably will be your 4th receiver. So don't look for too much. He may get some plays. He just got to make the most of the opportunities, but he's not going to be featured. That's common sense. He might be the 5th receiver. I'm sorry, because Turpin might be your 4th receiver. Huh? You see what I'm saying? Everybody talking about they're happy about Flournoy, but Flournoy may be your 5th receiver. I mean, are you putting them over Turpin? I don't think so. I think Turpin is your 4th receiver, and then Flournoy is your 5th receiver. That's what I'm thinking. So I really don't see a lot. I mean, I would love to see him play too, but no, I just don't see him really. I just don't. I believe they're gonna give every opportunity for Tolbert to flourish in this game. And we'll see. We'll see if their system works. You know what the Cowboys system is. Cowboys system is to play the young guys. Well, you about to do that for real. We're about to find out about their system and everything. Now, I will say this about this is when the Dak haters really love to shine, because if they're Cowboy fans, they know what we're faced with. They know about the injuries. They know about the lack of the running game. They know the play call in the Mike McCarthy. They already know it. But see, any type of chance that you get to do a little jab against Dak Prescott, you'll take it. So y'all now want Dak to be Tom Brady now. See, I'm gonna beat y'all to the punch. I already know what you're thinking. And I know you're just waiting, because see, if the Cowboys lose, you'll be on here and you'll be yapping it up. Might be my most highest show as far as attendance goes, because it's gonna be Smack Dak Prescott Day, and I understand that. I will throw out this, just to the haters that may be watching or watch it a little bit later. What if Dak does put on the cape? Because he's capable. He can elevate people. Let's not forget who he is. Okay, Dak Prescott, that same one y'all crying about, $60 million a year. That was the runner-up MVP. Arguably, some would say he was the MVP. I'm talking about that guy, the guy that y'all want to give credit to. That all pro. That guy. Those are facts. The all pro, only 2 become all pros in the season. Only 2. That guy, yeah. The guy, the Pro Bowler all last year. That guy. That guy, 4,000 yards. When we running the ball with Zeke and Pollard, we were begging to run in. It was Dak. I know y'all love CD, but who throwing CD the ball? I know you love Amari Cooper, but who's throwing Amari Cooper the ball? I know y'all like Jake. I love him too, but Jake got to have a quarterback throwing the ball, right? Unfortunately, y'all, I have to breaking news. It just popped up on my phone. Breaking news. Dak Prescott does not play defense. I got on my phone. Dak Prescott does not play defense. I see y'all gonna be quick if the Steelers run for 200 yards, tomorrow. Y'all gonna be quick to say we just don't have a quarterback. I mean, y'all know how y'all are now. Y'all act like Dak play defense, and we can't have that here. We just can't. We can't have it. No, Greg, I agree with you. It need to be a Dak Prescott game, but he needs his defense to, at some point in time, they either can be a bend but don't break defense, or they need to be a shutdown defense. I don't expect them to be a shutdown defense. I don't expect it. But we can't allow 200 yards rushing. We can't allow Justin Fields to go crazy running the ball. You know he's going to run it tomorrow. We can't allow that. We can't allow them to score, dang near 30 points. It just ain't going to – we're not explosive like that. At least not so far. So let's not forget that I got breaking news. Angry Cowboy fan, did you just get that on your phone? I got breaking news on my phone. I'm looking at it. It says, remember, Dak Prescott does not play defense. Did you get that on your phone, Angry Cowboy fan? I got it on mine. I'm looking at it. Dak, matter of fact, do some of y'all, I ain't gonna even ask, because some of y'all blame Dak, for anything. Did somebody, Angry Cowboy fan, did you get it on your phone? Remember, Dak Prescott does not play defense. You got it. I thought you would. I think that I wanted to hit some other Cowboy fan because we blame Dak for a lot of stuff that he don't have absolutely nothing to do with. Okay. Now if Dak throws a pick and gives the Steelers a short field, then we can talk about that. But if you get the ball at the 20 or 25 or 30 yard line and the team drives 70 yards, Dak over there looking at the iPad. Dak over there, sitting over there with his head. Y'all know the look. He ain't playing defense. So they score. That dang Dak. They get the ball the second drive. They score again. That dang Dak. I tell you, he just can't do nothing. Come on, y'all. Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Dak does not play defense. If he's horrible on offense, y'all know me. I'll be the first one to come on and say he played like trash. Y'all know me. I don't run from it. I call it like it is. But I can't blame Dak for how horrible the defense, has been overall this year. I can't do that. Dak didn't give up 274 yards rushing against the Baltimore Ravens. That was the defense. Some of y'all need to be reminded of that. I'm serious. I'm finna move on, but some of y'all need to be reminded that the Baltimore Ravens had 274 yards rushing. Hello? Against the defense. Y'all better come on now. Let's not forget. Okay? Now, hey to everybody over there on Twitter. Y'all never say nothing to me, Twitter. And I got a few of y'all over there. Somebody say hello or something. Because I really want to know who's over there. I do know one person that snuck in on me. I heard about it. And it was a Cowboy player. I heard about it. Matter of fact, I got a DM from him. I ain't gonna call his name. I ain't gonna call his name out. Well, yeah, I will. Wanye Thomas looked at me. No, that was good. I appreciate it. How he got to me, I don't know, but I appreciate it. So, one of you know how I go. If one Cowboy fan, one Cowboy player looks at you, they'll usually probably tell another player to look. So, I don't know who it is over there on Twitter, but man, whoever you are, man, I appreciate y'all dipping in and looking. And if your Cowboy players watching on here, let me go ahead and say, man, handle y'all business. Just go up there and play your hearts out. Give us some effort. Effort goes a long way. If it's a Cowboy player watching, look, just give us some effort. We'll be fine. All right? Now, these are the games that the Cowboys need to sneak away. Rodney Williams coming in with the fire. Appreciate you, Rod. Rod says we're going to kick 8 field goals. Also, our play calling is basic. You can't argue with you at all right now on that, but I think I would like to add to your, I'm not going to take nothing away from what you said. I just want to add to it. It's basic and I'll say repetitive. Because, and let me throw this in. You're right. It's basic, it's repetitive, and it's predictable. Everybody know the Cowboys ain't doing running stop routes. That's all they run. Every now and then it's a slant. Sometimes it's a curl route where you're just coming back to the ball. Everything is just a stop or a curl route. Run 10 yards, swing around in a little curl and come back to the ball. That's all we do. And you throw in Jake Ferguson with the seam route, which is why everybody kind of sits on our route because they know where we're running. So I don't know how many routes we got in our route tree, but we ain't seen them. We haven't seen them. And it's been this way. It's the same routes. And we gotta stop being so predictable. If you see Turbin in motion, 9 times out of 10, he get the ball on the jet sweep. If I see 2 tight ends down, they won't even play action out of that. Usually it's a run. If it's a single high formation, usually it's somebody if get the ball and run it where? Up the middle. I mean, I'm just giving you. I mean, y'all done seen the game like I have. It ain't just started. I mean, if Dak lines up in a shotgun with Rico or Zeke, I mean, I guess that's where the non-predictable. It could be a handoff. It ain't never no zone read. So the threat of the quarterback really running is really not there because Dak really ain't that fast. So nobody really ain't worried about that. Or you can jam them up. If it's not there, it's usually a slant in the shotgun or a stop route. I mean, it's easy to see what the Cowboys do because that's what they run. And everybody know it. And then they go out there and run exactly what they know. The defense knows. And it's so frustrating sometimes because, okay, can you run probably a slant and go, like a double move? Can you run a crossing route? Can you line up in a bunch formation? In other words, 3 wide receivers to the side where you get the little rud routes and all that type of stuff from? Can you run a dig route where you go, they hike the ball, receiver go about 4 steps to the left if you're on the right side, plant their foot and then come back on the left. I mean, on the right. Go kind of like the routes that, oh my God, he used to run that all the time for his number 11. What's the boy name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That had Dak. Y'all know played the slot for us. Oh, why his name just crossed my mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Number 11, short guy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody put it in. Jesus, my brain ain't working. Number 11, short guy. Used to kill people out the slot. Then he 11 played for Buffalo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Why don't we run those routes? There you go, Beasley. There, that thing ain't Cowboy fan. Where all them routes went to? That Beasley used to run. We got a shifty guy. Please don't say because we ain't got no shifty. Yes, we do. We got Turpin. Got Turpin there. Quick, lightning. You got CD who can run that stuff. We have people that can do it. Yeah. Why where all them routes went to? All I'm saying is 2 or 3 routes. That's it. And when you playing against a Mike Tomlin defense, you can't you can't. Well, this is Mike Tomlin. Hello? This is Mike Tomlin. Anybody getting on here saying Tomlin can't coach or Tomlin ain't this and that? No, just probably you need to turn in your football card. Mike Tomlin is one of those guys. One of those great coaches that we have in the league. Solid. Defensive, always remain consistent. You ain't never have to wonder what the Steelers gonna show up. They're gonna show up. You know it. So you got to match it there. So I'm worried about really the offense and how we attack. That's really what I'm worried about. And with Coach McCarthy, it's almost predictable how we're going to attack, and that ain't going to work against a team like this. I'm trying to tell you. It might work against the Falcons, who we got coming up. It might work against the Falcons because the Falcons are finesse. Finesse on finesse. It's fine. But this ain't going to work this week, and it sure ain't going to work next week against Detroit. See, we got bullies on the schedule now. I've been trying to tell everybody, we got to go to work now. If you got some dog in you, if you got some real physicality in you, these 2 games here, it's got to come out. It's got to come out. Joe, but see, this is basic stuff. You're absolutely right, Joe. But I got one better than that. Joe says, our running game needs to step up, especially on the road. You're right. But that's part B. Part A is, Joe, is this. You got to call running plays. See, we got to start from square one. I agree. I can't. You can't. You really don't know what the running game is because we don't run it enough. We don't run it. We don't run it. I don't know what the running game is. I got running backs that can't get 10 carries a game. I'm serious, y'all. When you start looking at it, we barely got running back. All our running backs can't get at least 10 carries. Even whoever the lead back is, he barely getting 12. Barely. I mean, all you got to do is go look at the stat. We ain't running the ball. We're not running the ball enough. So I don't know what our running game need to do yet because we have a very small sample size of what our running game really is. They don't call running plays. And that's on McCarthy and Dak, because as we all know, Dak has the power to change plays. So there's your answer. It's either one or the two. It's McCarthy or Dak. Call it. And it could be a mixture of both, to be honest with you. And then, of course, okay, let's be fair, everybody. We don't know what the running game is. It's because we been getting our brains beat out early in games where we become one-dimensional. I mean, hey, we down by 20, 25, going into the second, coming out of halftime. We can't run the ball because we got to score. We have to score. So when we play Baltimore, running game dead. How you think we got back in the game? Put it in Dak's hand. Dak make a little comeback, whatever. But we had to do that. We can't run the ball. What's up, Terry? Yeah, I had to, man. I got to perform a wedding later this afternoon, so I had to come on now. I am a little early. Just got to perform a wedding later on, so at 5 o'clock. I have to be there at 4 o'clock, and there's no way in the world I'll be able to do the show at my regular time, so I just came on now. But I appreciate everybody who's come on. so far. Defensively, hey y'all, ain't no sense of if you ever I can't say nothing really about the defense because we're at the mercy of a bunch of young people playing. And you don't really know what's about to happen until you see it. Everybody's saying we're young and all that type of stuff, and I get it, and it's true. But if you want to go look on from the positive side, they very well could come in here and play well. I do know this because they've already kind of put it out that Chauncey Golston will be one of your ends, and Marshawn Nealon will be the other end. I will say this about Golston. He plays the run pretty decently. Plays it pretty well once he's in the right spot. So he'll be our defensive end. Nealon, of course, plays it well too. Nealon does not generate the pressure that DeMarcus Lawrence does. So let's not kill Marshawn Nealon tomorrow if he does not, get in and get a sack or whatever. He's not DeMarcus Lawrence, but he can play. Golston, we really haven't seen him since he really got drafted in this spot. And I'm talking about from a starter position. Usually, Golston has been just part of a rotation. He's never really been in this spot before. So again, it's the unknown. Huh? Rodney says, why can't we get home on the quarterback like last year? Well, the roster have changed. We had some go-getters last year. You had Dexter Fowler. You had Sam Williams, who's hurt. You had Micah. You had D-Law. You had ball players. You had Dexter Fowler, and then you had Dorrance Armstrong, who can get in and mess up the quarterback. We don't have nothing now. None of those. Personnel makes a difference. We don't have them anymore. You got a bunch of rookies that are playing. You got guys who ain't really established. We just stop it right there. We don't have the same team from last year. That's why. Yeah, we don't. What we got? Our best pass rusher won't be playing tomorrow. And speaking of that, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now because unless I see something different, if we're gonna generate pressure tomorrow, I think that we're gonna have to blitz some linebackers tomorrow. I don't see the front four really. They make speed, fields up, but I don't see them putting them on the ground a lot at all. Because when you look at it, Nealon, who got a sack last week with the Giant game, but I just don't see him being the disruptive, player like that. Inside, I believe they'll probably go with Osi and Mozzie again. Mozzie played well, but he's not a pass rusher. Osi is a playmaker. He might cause some damage, but I'm just calling him out. And then you got Golston on the other end, not really known for sacks and all that type of stuff. So I don't see the front four really, really causing damage. I think that Leofow and Overshown can cause some problems. Even Kendricks, if that happens. But remember, if you blitzing like that, you better go on the back end of that. You open it up for some big plays because they have some dynamic guys on their team. But as always, y'all already know what we have to do. We got to stop the run. And you're going against a team tomorrow that will test your manhood. You going against a Steeler team that's gonna test to see where you at physically. They're gonna test and see if you can stop it, and they're gonna keep pounding. They gonna run the ball. And when you throw in the element of fields, you got a problem. You got a problem. So no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They may play well, then again, they may get ran over. I don't know. So it's kind of hard for me to say how well we play. I'm going to trust that Mike Zimmer will have something solid, and the guys just got to try to execute it their best ability. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys I'm calling out make some plays though. You got to keep in mind you're gonna get some aggression. You're gonna get some guys that are hungry to play because they don't play, and they're gonna be trying to impress. So that amounts to effort, a high motor. I got a feeling the guys are gonna show up and they're gonna play tomorrow. I think they're gonna play pretty decent. That's my, I ain't predicting the game, but I'm gonna predict that as far as defense goes. Shane. Shane asked me what I think about Jerry showing up at practice in a helicopter. When I saw it, it took my mind back to about 1986 here in Memphis. The old NWA wrestling, WCW. Well, it wasn't WCW then. It was the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Was in the Great American Bash, where the guys, the roster was going around the country doing the Great American Bash. Some of you wrestling fans know about it. Well, one of the cities they had to come was right here in Memphis and at the Liberty Bowl, where the Memphis Tigers play. And Ric Flair, the main event was Ric Flair against Ricky Morton, one half of the Rock and Roll Express. And Flair made a dramatic entrance where he came in on a helicopter and landed in the Liberty Bowl from a helicopter, had his robe on and everything. And once he landed, somebody ran out there. Two people ran out and put the red carpet on the walkway there. And he came out, and as soon as the door opened, they started playing his music, the 2001 music. Y'all know Ric Flair's music. And he walked out and all his elegance, and you know how he used to do, spread his arms and turn around and all that stuff. And this time he even had some fireworks when he raised his hand up. Some folks started shooting fireworks up there. It was just incredible interest. That's what it reminded me of. Jerry was doing exactly what Flair did. Jerry would get some attention for himself. Surely he can land somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that is the problem. That right there is the problem of the Cowboys. That stopped all attention. You saw everybody looking around and all that type of stuff. Jerry know what he doing. That was the problem. You see what I'm saying? And just to answer that question. So, if I was coach, I wouldn't have liked it. You know what I'm saying? But what can you do? It's typical Jerry Jones. It's typical, you know what I'm saying? It's Jerry. I mean, that's all you can say. Does that affect the game? No, but it kind of shows that Jerry want to keep spotlights on him. Certainly that wasn't even a landing spot. You can land. I'm quite sure it's something around the star where he usually, lands it, not on the field. So you know what he was doing. He knew the cameras were going. It's Jerry Jones. It is what it is. Matter of fact, you expect that out of him. He's a flair for the dramatic. That's Jerry. I hope he got his helicopter in Pittsburgh where he can fly right on out of there if the Cowboys get on here and lay an egg. You'd hop in that same helicopter and just fly away. Don't even stop, answer no questions, or let come to Dallas and answer questions after that. Don't answer nothing. Let me shift, y'all, because I don't know what to expect from the defense. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a more detailed thing. I just don't know. We just got to see him play. But let me shift. Since I'm talking about Jerry, I want to see if I can do this. Y'all give me just a little time. But if y'all been listening to the interviews this week, there was some eye-opening things that were said that, you know, I had a problem with. Real problem. And I don't know if Angry Cowboy fan is here. If you still here, Angry Cowboy fan, let me know. But if you're not, I'll get it to him. I'm gonna try to pull it up. I just emailed myself, and I'm gonna try to pull it up here if I can. Stephen Jones talked this week. Jerry talked this week, and I want to concentrate on Jerry because he irritated me, because I'm convinced now that Jerry he ain't listening to the fans. He's not. And you can't, it's his team. You know what I'm saying? It's his team. And you know, you can't say nothing. Really, you can't. It's his team. You just hate that, you know, it's like that, but it is what it is. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna read it to you if you can't. Okay. So forgive me if you can't see what I'm about to do. I see you, Angry Cowboy fan. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I don't know if you saw this, Angry Cowboy fan, but it really irritated me. See if I can do this. If you can't see it, I'll read it to you. And I know you can't see that. So let me read that to you. So forgive me for that. But it is a tweet that was sent by Kevin Gray Jr. I know you can't see it. And when I'm put in this mode, I can't really do it. If I was in my other mode, you'll be able to see it. But here it is. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, that might be a little better. All right. This is what it says, just in case you can't see it. Okay, it says Kevin Gray of Kevin Gray Sports. Okay, this is his tweet. I figured you couldn't read it, but I'm going to read it to you guys. It says, this came from Jerry's interview this week at 105.3 The Fan. Y'all go back and listen to it. So I think it was done yesterday. Okay. This is what he said. Cowboys owner and GM Jerry Jones on at 105.3 The Fan today with whoever this handle is on Twitter. I don't know it. It says, when asked if the team is in a soft rebuild, admitted they are, in fact, in a soft rebuild, saying, this is Jared, and I quote, he says, yeah, I think you nailed it. You're right on it. Angry Cowboy fan, I almost called you when I read this yesterday. I did. I almost called you. Because this is the time when you need to be on my show. Because, see, I need you to say it from the angry cowboy perspective. Some things I want to say I can't say. I just need somebody else to say it because it's what I'm thinking. When I read that, man, when the man said, are you in a soft rebuild? Jerry Jones admitted, yeah, I think you nailed it. He said, you're right on it. That's his quote. And I'm taking it strictly from the content creator perspective. I could go with the players. When you hear that, let's just put everybody as a fan, as a content creator, and I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure that some of the players on this roster said, "What? Because that quote explains why the Cowboys don't do nothing in free agency. Not that they ever do, but I'm just saying it explains why they pick up from the bottom of the barrel. It explains why some of these names that y'all want so bad, Devontae Adams, and all y'all know we weren't gonna get Devontae Adams in the first place. Stephen Jones in his interview said that we already paid a number one wide receiver. We got one. In other words, he's saying, why we need another one? We already got one. And I'm sitting there saying, fool, don't you understand that there are teams that got 2 number one wide receivers? Don't you understand that? Not that I wanted Devontae Adams. I wouldn't even get my hopes up because I know the Cowboys ain't going to do nothing. But that explanation what ticks me off. I got teams that got not only 2 number one wide receivers, but they also have a number one tight end to go with it. Look at Philadelphia. Look at Miami. Jalen Waddle would be a number one receiver just about on any other team, but he can't be because Tyreek Hill is there. You got 2 number ones. Look at Philly. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith can go just about anywhere else and be a number one wide receiver. Then they got Dallas Goedert as a tight end. That's top 5 tight end. Top 6 at least. It's just a philosophy that they have that's really, I don't get it. I don't like it. Because we're, as content creators, I go to the content creators, we're as content creators, if you're really serious about it, are trying mostly to find solutions that will probably help this team or at least plant a seed and get an idea going. Because they listen. And I don't have a bigger voice as, somebody like Vach or Boss, West Coast. I don't have the voice like that, but like I said before, you never know who's watching you. I had a Cowboy player watching me. Found that out. So you don't know, you may not have the platform as others, but your voice, can get out there. And trust me, if the players are looking, how in the world you think some of these owners, they watching too? They watching, they listening. They trying to get a vibe on trying to get a vibe on what's being said. And some of them know that some of these podcast guys are former players and, good, pretty good analysts or whatever. They know. They know. So we're planting seeds, whether I don't care if you got 3 people watching you or you got 3,000 people watching you. Plant your seed in the ground. That's what I do. And it's frustrating to me that we're trying to find solutions. We're watching film. We're watching, matchups and all that. We're doing kind of what our job is. If you're going to be a real content creator, you're going to really put the best product that you can out there. We're doing all this, and then for him to come out and say, we're in a rebuild. I want to see the young folks. It's almost like it's almost like you're going to exude confidence or display confidence in another your younger players, because you ain't going to get in the meeting and say, hey, our young players, we're not that good. No, you're going to pump them up and hope that they can go ahead and hope, keyword, that they can step up to the plate where, like you're saying, oh, we were right. rather than getting guys who you know will get the job done. See, that's the difference. They lean heavily on the draft. And then if they're getting free agents, it's guys you ain't never heard of or whatever the case. Or they're hoping to trying to catch lightning in a bottle. That explained the KJ Henry signing. He got signed our practice squad. But there's a reason why he's on the practice squad. It's not like he's getting a Pro Bowl player. You see what I'm saying? So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hello to whoever that is on Twitch. I believe you're a scammer, but I appreciate you doing it because I just read it. If you're going to stick with me, just stick with me. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you for that. But I'm just saying, y'all, it's frustrating for me to hear that. Because you're actually operating the team as if you are. You're not operating the team in terms. I'm not saying you're giving up on the season, but what I'm saying is you're operating like you are rebuilding instead of operating like you're really trying to win a Super Bowl. It's leaning more to that side of a soft rebuild. I'm just saying. We got, and somebody, who was that said that? Let me give y'all the reason why. I can't take credit for it. I just forgot who I heard say that. Everybody knows we got about $25 million to spend. Okay? So we can do something in free agency right now. We can. But there was something that came out. Forgive me again for not knowing. I'm not taking credit for it, but somebody who's knows the rules of the salary cap and all that type of stuff. Do you know that the Cowboys, whatever the money they have in the salary cap, can roll over to next year? Do y'all know that? Added on with whatever the salary cap number will be next year. You can roll the money over. You don't have to, if you don't spend a dime, you can roll the money over to next year's cap. You know that the salary cap is going to go up again like it went up for this season. You add in all the gambling and the Taylor Swift phenomenon that added to the money and all that type of stuff. All the licenses that comes with the NFL that's going up. Whatever salary cap we had at the beginning of the year, you can just about double it. Well, I ain't gonna say double it, but it's gonna be a few $1 million more than what it was this season. And you add on the $25 million, and you got a pretty nice piece of pie to change. Even though the Cowboys don't spend money like that, could it be that they're waiting for next year? I'm just throwing it because see, they so hung up on paying Micah Parsons that they act like they ain't got no money. So they're going to add this $25 million with all they got, and Parsons' contract should be quite easy to do. Well, I got a feeling they ain't spending no money unless it's just injury. And if they spending the money, it ain't nobody big because, it ain't going to happen. It's just not. And it made sense to me. I forgot who it was. I wish I could remember the name. But the money can roll over to next year. And it makes you wonder. It does. It makes you wonder, are they silently, check me out, Angry Cowboy fan, are they silently in a shrug your shoulders type mood? Like, we know what our roster can do. They ain't gonna never say it in the media. But they know what the roster is. They know. They know. They know. They know exactly what the roster is. They know. They know what the roster is. They know the limitations. They know most of these guys are young. They know that they're playing, and they know that some of them are rookies, and they're going to make rookie mistakes. And they already know this. And they ain't really trying to improve it. You ain't got to look far. Just look on the team. We'll go with this. Why until I see him on the field, I got the one question. What in the world did you sign Dalvin Cook for? Why? Why? If you don't leave him on the practice squad, why you sign him? By now, I don't care what they say. I heard Mike McCarthy say something like he's learning the language and all that. Look, by now, this man knows at least 5 or 6 plays. Stop it. He can bring him in, run a package. Stop it. Stop it. He was a number one running back in Minnesota for years. Please don't come to me talking about he don't know about how to block and pass coverage. Stop it. He did it he knows how to do that in the back of his, in his sleep. Stop it. I'm not going. This is Dalvin Cook we talking about. He was a number one running back with Minnesota all those years. I don't want to hear that. By now, the man knows plays. Look, why did you sign him? Why? See, we ain't got to look far. We ain't got to look outside. All we got to do is look within. Why is Dalvin Cook not? Why is he not playing? It's kind of like a shrug the shoulders type of season. Like, maybe the young guys can play. Then maybe they'll play like rookies. We don't know. We're just gonna watch it out. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna sign him. We don't want to go to oblivion. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna sign CD. That will keep the fans in the seats. We're gonna sign that. And we already got Diggs. So we have core pieces around, but as far as building around them, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and add Parsons to that next year. We'll sign Parsons and give him all the money he wants, and then we'll be done with that. And then we'll keep our core 4, and we'll just draft after that. We got the core 4. We'll draft and develop. That's where the real players are. We'll draft, develop, and then we'll support them by going to the bottom of the barrel for free agents. That is the system of the Dallas Cowboys. That is. I mean, we done seen it every year. We might as well say amen, everybody, because that's what it is. So when you hear about Devontae Adams, they shut that thing down. What's up, Drew? Appreciate you, bro, going in. William Kill, hey, man. When you hear about Devontae Adams, and as usual, whenever somebody start talking about a trade or whenever a free agent is there, the first name you hear are the Dallas Cowboys. Devontae may have, say a team he'll play for the Cowboys. Stephen Jones shut that down, man. Stephen Jones said, we already got a number one. Why we need to pay another one? What up, Chris? Night Owl, what's up? I mean, don't even let it breathe. The fan base and the reporters from ESPN and Fox started talking about the Cowboys, but if you're a real Cowboys fan and watch this team for the last 8 to 10 years, you know good and well. Please don't say, well, they did do Amari Cooper. Well, the sun shines on a dog tail every now and then. We did do Amari Cooper. We did trade draft picks for him. We did do that. That was, it was a case where we really had no choice because we didn't have absolutely nothing on the from a pass standpoint when we traded for Cooper. It had to be done. Cowboys don't feel like it have to be done. You don't. They believe in Tolbert. They believe in Turpin. They believe in Brooks, and now they're going to throw another name in Florida and see if they can catch lightning in a bottle rather than going to get a guy who going to get it done. They don't believe in that. They too scared. Now, remember what I just told y'all. Remember what I just told you. Now, it's true, not that I would love Devontae, okay? I would love to have him because I know what that would do for the offense. I know what it will do. And they know what it will do. Everybody know what it will do. If you put a CD and a Devontae Adams together with a Jake Ferguson, it'll open up everything. Running game, it is. I mean, it is. See what I'm saying? It would. It would open everything up. Everybody know that. They don't want that because they're scared of Devontae Adams. Because if you take him on, you would probably take him on and say, hey, we need to negotiate your contract, renegotiate it for next year. They don't want to do that because he truly is a number one wide receiver, and he ain't coming down off his $35 million. So ain't no way in the world the Dallas Cowboys want to pay $70 million for two wide receivers. They ain't going to do that. I mean, most teams wouldn't. Most teams wouldn't. They wouldn't. But what I'm saying is, even if you roll over the salary cap next year, because that wouldn't affect the Cowboys, you can afford next year, if you don't spend none of this salary cap money, you can afford Devontae Adams and Michael Parsons and somebody else. It's just that simple. Cowboys don't need it. I agree with Drew. Wide receiver is not a problem. But even if it was, they wouldn't go get that guy. And I agree with Drew. We need, we got other areas that need to be filled out. I agree 1,000% with what Drew just said. But it's just the quickness to shut it down. That just kills me. And of course, we all know that if you have to get Devontae Adams, you would have to trade draft pick. Well, we all know how much the Cowboys value draft pick. Y'all know that. So, I mean, you know what Devontae Adams would bring to the table. You just worried about a second round pick of a person that you don't even know who that person gonna be. Whoever that person would be in the second round would not be better than Devontae Adams. So, I mean, let's go. Man, good Lord. I would love to have it, but it's not going to happen. I mean, I already knew that anyway. And thank you for that. William Kills gives us a list of who's going to be free agents next year. Remember what I just showed you guys, him admitting we're in a soft rebuild. Ain't none of those guys you see right there. I would give Donovan Wilson a chance to be on this team next year. Zach Martin, I can't see it. No, because he's got to come down a lot in order to make it work. D-Law had to come down a whole lot of money in order for him to be on this team. And I don't think D-Law going to do it. I mean, a whole lot. Hooker, I believe they'll let him go. You got Wanye, you got guys. You already got guys in good spots who they already trust. See what I'm saying? So Martin and D-Law, remember Martin just signed last year, got a new contract, and that the Cowboys can get out of. And I just don't, Martin is regressing a little bit, but still 80% of him is still better than most guards in the league. I just can't see Martin. It had to be for less. And, when you get to the end of your career, you trying to get as much money as you can because you have no plans on working for the rest of your life. That's what these guys are. They're not working at all. They got that type of, they're getting that type of generational money. Your plan is to if you get another contract, get as much as you can and go. And D-Law gonna look around and say, well, the Cowboys are only offering me $5 million, but another team is offering me $8 to $9 to $10 million. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to leave. I don't blame him. D-Law would love probably to stay in Dallas. His next contract would be probably his final contract before he retires. Same thing with Zach Martin. But the Cowboys are cheap. We know that. Especially if you're not regressing. D-Law's problem is going to be, obviously, is that, the injury bug has caught him again. He's probably going to miss, everybody's saying, he obviously not going to be here for at least another. He's on IR, so that's 4 games. And then he probably still won't be ready. So, when you start talking about a foot injury like he has, that's usually 8 to 10 weeks. So he'll come to the table negotiating, and they're going to be saying, well, you can't play. You stay hurt too much. I really don't think D-Law will be back. But somebody will pay him. Donovan Wilson just signed the contract. That's the reason why I say that. Was that 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken? Well, we signed Donovan, and Donovan is still young and can play. I can see us keeping Donovan. I can see that. So everybody else, nah, I can see all them gone. And once again, the system, they ain't gonna sign no free agent. So you know what I'm saying? So you know they're gonna get, if they sign one, it'll be a guy who's middle of the road, free safety. You know what I'm saying? Not a Pro Bowl free safety, but a good player. Obviously not an all-pro safety, but a good, good player. And can bring them on and play like that, and then they'll draft. That's the Cowboy way. It is what it is. But let me go back to the game, because really that's what y'all came for. Forrest here asks, are we paying Michael? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So y'all worried about what he done, but here are the facts about Michael Parsons. Ever since he's been in the league, he's been an all-pro. He's been a Pro Bowler every year. Pro Bowler and an all-pro every year. He's a problem. He's a serious problem for defense. Yeah, you can sign him. Everybody said the same thing about, now you can't sign CD and Dak. That they are done. You really ain't got to worry about it with Michael. We're not signing Martin. And even though everybody love Martin, I'm just saying Martin gonna have to come down. D-Law, if you sign D-Law, you got to come down. You got to come down. And if they don't, then I can't see him going. You may have another rookie guard coming in for Zach Martin next year. Because you know what we do in the first round. We draft, everybody help me say it, O-line. I mean, I've been here too long, man. I know what they're going to do. Y'all know that. First round pick, O-line. You already know it. Whoever the best guard in the league is, get your top 2 or 3, maybe 2 guards. And the Cowboys, depending on their record, will probably be, probably if they crank up, and win about 10 games, they'll be probably at somewhere between 18 and 23 or something like that. Whoever the best guard on the board is, that's who they're gonna draft. Y'all know that. Y'all know it. This is what we do. The Cowboys right now sending scouts out because they know what the contracts are. They already got an idea, if he can't sign for this number here, we got to let him go. We're going to offer it to him, but we're going to offer him at this price. And if he says no, then we got to just say, hey, we appreciate your service for the year. As soon as you retire, you come back, you will retire as a Dallas Cowboy. We'll have the 1 day, press conference and ceremony for you. And that's what they're going to do. Huh? Chris, we ain't doing that. Cowboys too cheap, man. Even with draft picks, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Price tag, it depends on where we at in the draft. It all depends on where we at in the draft, Chris. Greg says TJ Bass. Exactly. They may already say we already got our guard. But they still gonna draft one. You know the Cowboys. They believe in drafting the O-line in the first round. That's just an automatic thing. Other than unless a blessing fall into your lap like CD did or Michael Parsons, then they'll change it up. Other than that, they going. They going O-line. So, once you add all the who's not going to be in next year, or as somebody just said earlier, who's there, they put it up, Micah and, not Micah, but Martin and Law and Donovan Wilson, all those guys who contracts are up or be up for contract negotiation or whatever. Then you got to start doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if Will McClay got scouts at all these college games like he's supposed to. And they already got their eyes on some of these guys already. They do. Y'all know that. Can't help but. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Not knocking it. I'm just saying this the Cowboys got a plan, man. They stick with their system. We done seen that. Look, if anything, we know they stick to their system. We know that. Shoot. They're gonna stick to their system now. And their system is draft and develop. And that's how they're gonna play it. You know, says a hope and wishing. Everybody go through this every year. Soon as free agency get here, everybody starts salivating. About, Cowboys ought to get, the Cowboys ain't getting nobody. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Don't say even talking about that. It is what it is. All right. I don't do predictions. I just think we're gonna play well. Will it be enough to win? That is the question. I'm saying Mike McCarthy will have a lot to do with that by his play calling. Zimmer should do well. I think we're gonna be able to. I think we're gonna be able to. Let me say this. Najee Harris is great because of his durability. He ain't that fast, y'all. We should be able to put hands on him. Hats. Let me put it that way. Don't put your hands on him because he'll run right through you. We should be able to control him. It's the backup guy, the Champlin guy who used to play with us, actually. He's back there. It's another running back. Warren is not playing. They're going to feed Najee Harris, but he will cook if we don't hit him. I think we can hit him and control the running game. Now, that's where Fields come into play. He's going to make some plays tomorrow. Fields will make some plays with him running. It's going to happen. That's the question, like I was saying. He ain't fast. He's a Derrick Henry type running back. You gonna see him, but can you bring him down? And you're gonna have to be physical to bring him down. I think we can do that. So it's really about, as it was with the Baltimore Ravens. It's about Lamar Jackson and his running. It's gonna be the same thing with Justin Fields. Can we put a hat on him? Can we put a hat on him? And if we can, we got a shot. But if Pittsburgh come here and run for 150 yards, 170 yards on the ground, we in trouble. Serious. We really are. So it's really going to depend on that. I expect Dak to play well. Everybody want him to be Superman. And, hey, he may have to be. I think he can do it. I think he can elevate this team. And to be honest with you, he's going to have to because, the defense is, it is what it is. Defense is what it is. We're not better. You can't say you lose a D-Law and a Michael Parsons and they're not playing. If we talking about we going to be okay. It's a difference if they're not playing. It is. Now, how well we play, we'll see. We'll see. I can't predict it because I got a bunch of young guys in who haven't played. I don't know how they play. I don't know. We'll see. I do know one thing, though, as I said earlier for those that came in. If you go look at the Giant tape and look at how many times, I believe I'm right, I think it's between 6 and 8 times, that Tyler Guyton got a little help for Thibodeau. That means every other play, he was one-on-one with Thibodeau. And I was like, what in the world are y'all doing? How y'all letting the game record even get a chance to wreck the game? And that's what they did. That's why Guyton had, I think, 2 holding penalties. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3. 3 holding penalties against Thibodeau. And he gave up a sack. No, those 15, that 10-yard holding penalty is like a sack. because it draws you back 10 yards, wherever you. And the Cowboys aren't explosive enough to make up a 2nd and 20 or a 3rd and 18. That we ain't good like that. We used to be, but we ain't good like that. We're not built so a holding penalty hurts us. So that's almost like a sack. And I'm trying to figure out why Mike McCarthy or whoever's making the decision letting Tyler Guyton go 1-on-1 with killers. It's a killer on the loose tomorrow. His name is TJ Watt. Please don't go 1-on-1. Let's not act like it ain't what it, let's not act like TJ Watt is not that dude. He is. Got to get us some help. If I see Tyler Guyton going 1-on-1 with TJ Watt, I'm literally going to throw something in my TV tomorrow. I'm serious. Because it just don't make any sense. You ain't got to try it out. You don't have to test out and see if he can handle it. No, we ain't got to do all that. No. TJ Watt been going against double teams his whole career. Ever since he set his foot down to Pittsburgh and he showed what he can do, he's seen double teams ever since. Let's not act like this man ain't that guy. Don't even test it out. The boy's a rookie. He's a rookie. Yeah. Let's stop acting like he the guy. If I see McCarthy doing that, if you betting on Tyler Guyton to beat TJ Watt up all game long, you crazy. Matter of fact, I'll be honest, I'm a Cowboy fan through and through, but if I got Tyler Guyton and they to make a decision to let him go 1-on-1 with TJ Watt, I'm putting my money on TJ Watt. I'm sorry. I'm a Cowboy fan through and through, but look, it is what it is. I've seen enough of TJ Watt to know what he's capable of. And you don't go single blocking on TJ Watt. You just don't do that. Nobody in their right mind does that. And I got a feeling that's what they're going to do. They did it with Thibodeau against the Giants. And I was like, God, who came up with this game plan? Other than 6 to 8 plays. That's the only time we had some help over there. For guiding with Thibodeau. That's crazy. Well, the only reason why I say that, Karan, is that I looked at the film in the last 2 games. TJ Watt lined up on the right side. So in other words, if you're watching from the TV angle, he's going to be at the bottom there on the end. He rarely lines up on the left side. Now, I understand TJ, I know Steele is over there and he's been getting whipped too, but that's primarily where Watt lands. So in other words, where he lines up usually, you'll be seeing him going against the left tackle. That's his spot. That's his spot. It's rare when he goes somewhere else. It's rare. And because it is Steele, he might switch up over there, and maybe they figure that he can beat up Steele more than he can beat up Guyton. It might be the case. Well, guess what? If that's the case, go get Steele some help. I mean, it's not rocket science to me. If you know your tackles struggle against some of these guys, and you got to do it because next week is really for to get ignorant. Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions coming. I mean, look, it is what it is. Some guys require special attention. These 2 guys that we finna see in the next consecutive weeks, they deserve special attention. And stop acting like they don't. If it was Tyron Smith as a tackle, I might consider say, hey, no, well, Tyron can still handle people, but it's not. This is Tyler Guyton, a rookie. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's going to be interesting, and we'll know this within the first couple, first drive or so. Matter of fact, you need to do what teams do against Michael Parsons. Run at him. Wear him out. You can't wear a guy out if you got my lineman bagging up, pass protection every play. You got to go at these guys, man. You got to bully a bully. I don't know if we got that in us. We'll see. That's all I'm saying. Huh? Chris said, you're not even betting on the Cowboys. Matter of fact, everybody put in your score. That's how we'll close the show. Everybody put in your score for tomorrow. Put it in. Let me see where y'all head at. Shane, great point. He said the Cowboys are going to use finesse, which they do. He said let Dak run the 2-minute offense. In other words, let Dak get a game completely to Dak. He moves the ball that way. He does move the ball that way. In other words, incorporate some no huddle in it. I like it, Shane. I like that. 27-20, Pittsburgh, Karam says. See somewhere where everybody at. Put your score in. Let me see where you at. Let me see what y'all feeling. See what feeling y'all got. Put it in there. Greg says exactly. I don't know what part you were talking about, Greg, but you know, I think that love Dallas, but they lose 23-17, Williams says. Go ahead. I'm watching. What y'all got? What y'all got? I got 2 scores up here. Nobody's picked the Cowboys yet. That's shocking. Even with the 2. Rom says, I got to see it to believe it. See it first to believe it. I agree 1,000% with you, Karan. It's going to be a physical game. Oh, my God. Gregory says 35-13 Cowboys. Good Lord. A 22-point win, Greg? For the Cowboys? Ooh. Now, don't get me wrong. I hope you're right. God almighty, that's wow. Greg, you got to type in and explain to me how you getting to that point. You got to type that in, man. You got to tell me why you think the Cowboys going to do that. You type it in for me. I'm interested to see how you saying that. You must be thinking we're going to get some turnovers, or you just think that our offense is just going to be just unstoppable. I don't see that, but you see it. I just like to know why. I hope you're right. Shoot. It'll take pressure off of me. It's real. I hope that's the case. Y'all put in y'all score. Put it in. Put it in. Y'all put it in. Y'all ain't talking back to me. Put it in. Shane says, okay. Shane says 23-17 Dallas. See, Pittsburgh is really not explosive, y'all. They're a grinded out football team. They're not explosive. They're really not. They got some explosive players, but they pretty much are a ball control, beat you up type football team. Williams says Lamb will be double. Who steps up at wide receiver 2? We can't run or stop the run. William, I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with everything except we can't run. And this is the reason why I can't give you that. Because we don't know. We don't try. I don't know what we can do. We don't try to run. The times that we have run, it's been pretty decent. Rico is, the times he got the ball, he's productive. Zeke even has been productive. Look at the few stats they got. I don't know if we can run or not. I don't know. We don't run it enough. We don't even have a running back that's barely getting 10 carries a game. Barely. We don't know. We don't know. Terry says 24-20, giving up 145 yards rushing Pittsburgh. I think PS, that's Pittsburgh. So are you saying Pittsburgh winning, Terry? I'm just trying to clarify that. 24-20. Greg says Dak Prescott is why. 3 to 4 touchdowns, 350 to 400 yards. Dak is well capable of putting those type of numbers up. My only thing is about that, and maybe that's what they're saying. My only thing to that is he must gonna throw a whole lot of balls tomorrow. If he gets those type of numbers, we only running the ball just a little bit. Joe says 35-20. I see you, Terry. Pittsburgh, you got Pittsburgh winning 24-20. Joe 35-20. Dallas. Well, that's a lot of points. That's a blowout, actually. That's a 15-point win. Yeah, FC Mobile. Yeah, you don't know who we playing? Oh, my God. Play tomorrow. Play the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. I think everybody, for those that want to put the score in, I got it. A lot of y'all picked Pittsburgh to win. I see it. Let me say this, and I'll close with this. For us, I said it Monday. For us who are of age, when I say of age, I'm talking about if you're about 35, 36. Aubrey says Aubrey gets 5 field goals tomorrow for MVP. MVP would be Aubrey with 5 field goals. Well, we all believe in Aubrey, no doubt about it. Brian says 34-13 Cowboys. Wow. Y'all got a lot of confidence in this offense and the defense too to hold them down to only 13 points. And that's a lot of confidence. I ain't saying it. I hope it does happen that way, Brian. Let me say this and then I'll be done. I appreciate everybody. Everybody hit those like buttons for me real quick, if you don't mind. Give me about 20. Just double tap it. It ain't going to take long. Double tap your screen on YouTube. You'll see that thumbs up come. And on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, and if you're on Twitter, hit that screen and you'll see a blue heart probably. If you're on Facebook, just hit that like button, smash it for me. If you're 35 or older, 35 might be too young, but I just say this: if you're 40 years old and up, then you understand the significance of this game tomorrow night. See, if you're 30 years old and younger, you're leaning on the stories of others to describe what this game means. You have no concept, because if you're 30 and up, you really feel like that probably the Philadelphia Eagles are your, one of those rivals, and they are. They are. Those division, we hate our whole division. But if you're 40 years old and older, there are 2 teams that you have to add to your most hated list because of the pain and suffering that these 2 teams have given us over the years. Those years. They've stopped us from going to Super Bowls or winning Super Bowls. And there is a disdain. And if you're a Steeler fan and you're at least 40 years old and up, you share the same venom that Cowboys have for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're a member of the 40-year-old club and up, then you understand my next statement. I want to win this game so bad. And it would have helped me if Michael Parsons would have been there. It would help me if DeMarcus Lawrence was playing. It would have helped me if Bland was playing. It would help me. But they're not playing. I really don't care. I know we the underdog. I know, I understand that. But whenever I see the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's something that rises up in me. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love my fraternity brother, Coach Tomlin. I'm a Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, but I can't stand him tomorrow. I secretly like him because of what he stands for, but I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry if you don't understand it. Maybe you're too young to understand. Exactly, Greg. They beat us in Super Bowls in the 70s. I was 4 years old in 1978. And Roger Staubach threw to Jackie Smith in the end zone as William just put up there. And he dropped the ball. He was wide open. You don't believe me? Go look at it, pull it up on YouTube. Just pull it up. Cowboys lost that game 35-31. That would have sealed another championship for the Cowboys. Okay. It still hurt. I was 4 years old, and my daddy, who was a Cowboy fan, threw something on the wall. I had a tennis ball, and I threw it against the wall because I just wanted to be just like my daddy. That's when the love affair for the Cowboys started with me, because I wanted to be just like my daddy. And do whoever he liked, that's what I liked. If he didn't like him, I didn't like him. That's when my hatred started for the Steelers. I was only 2 years old in 1975 when the Cowboys lost to the Steelers. If y'all remember that, Lynn Swan with that diving, not a diving catch, but a juggling act. Of course, I don't remember that live, but I was born. I was 2 years old. Probably could care less about football at that time, but I remember seeing the highlights of that. And if somebody showed me the highlights of that, I'm quite sure we might see it tomorrow night. It'll burn me up because I'm older now, and I can see that. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is the reason why in 1995, when the Cowboys played the Steelers in the Super Bowl again, and we beat them, I just remember the joy I had, because in the city where I live at in Memphis, Tennessee, before cable came out, so I'm going back all the way at least an hour in here, cable, where you can get all the channels and stuff, did not come to Memphis until 1982. That's when cable, Xfinity now, used to be called Cablevision, but it's Xfinity now. That's when it came to Memphis. So what we were depending on as far as football were your local stations. And, even at that time, Channel 5, which is NBC in Memphis, covered the AFC. Channel 3, which is in Memphis, carried the NFC game. And in Memphis, until 1981, when the 49ers started really playing, started winning, you would always get in Memphis the Dallas Cowboy game and the Pittsburgh Steelers game. So in Memphis, Tennessee, during that time, the city of Memphis was divided between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. It wasn't Green Bay. It wasn't nobody else, because you didn't see no Green Bay game. You only saw the Cowboy game. NBC, you only saw the Steeler game. And then you'll get the Out West game back in 81 when the 49ers started their run. The afternoon game would always be the San Francisco 49er game before cable came out. So that was a natural disdain for the Steelers. And to my heart, it still is. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like the uniforms. I don't like the helmet. I don't like the cheerleaders. I don't like the people that work the hot dog stands. I don't like their stadium. Don't like their players. I ain't say they weren't good because you got a whole, the 70s Steelers, the whole team just about the Hall of Fame. I don't like this version of the Steelers because of the sins, as I could like to call it, of Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Swan and Stallworth, Mean Joe Green, Donnie Shell, L.C. Greenwood, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, Tony Dungy. I don't like Tony Dungy when he was with the Colts because he played with the Steelers and played and contributed. I didn't like him. I don't like Chuck Noll. I don't like the Rooney family. Don't like him at all. I can't stand Terry Bradshaw. I see him on Fox now. I just want to hit him. I do. I know he old. I know. I understand. I just want to hit him. I do. Just one time for the 70s, the way he hurt me. I can't stand the Steelers. I hate them. I don't like them. So this game is personal for me. I can't stand them. I can't. I don't like the parking lot. Somebody asked me, did I want to go to the game? No, I don't even want to get on the airport. I don't like the terrible towel. And I know I'm seeing them tomorrow. I know I ain't. Matter of fact, y'all hold on a second. Just give me a second. Don't turn off. Just hold on a second. Just hold on. Hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. I don't like them. Don't like the terrible towel. So I done incorporated my own thing. I got a cowboy towel. This is my fan gift for tomorrow. You fold it up, my cowboy towel. Y'all see it. I got this at the Cowboys Stadium when we a couple years ago when we played Philadelphia on that Monday night game when Diggs caught Jalen Hurts and ran it back. Y'all remember that? They had the whole stadium doing this. So I got my towel for tomorrow. Get the terrible towels out. I'm going to have this right in front of my TV doing this right here. So look, if you ain't got a towel, go get you a white T-shirt. Just get your find some white or blue and just do this. They can't see me, but I'm waving my towel. I'm gonna be just like this. Tomorrow, I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, y'all. Huh? You see what I'm saying? See, I got some folks in here who understand what I'm talking about. See, I got some folks as old as I am, 52, 50 plus. See Shane right here? See, he understands. He understands. You see that? See, you never knew that a towel would bring so much disdain. You see what I'm saying? It's some more of y'all here. I thought I saw Brian out here. See what I'm saying? See, the Cowboys, God bless you. Who is this? The Cowboys says Franco Harris. That's all my mom and granny would talk about. And I've never met your mom and granny, but I could tell they were Pittsburgh Steelers fans. And I ain't gonna knock them for that. I ain't gonna knock them for that. See, back then you had to choose a side. It wasn't no middle ground. No. And this is why the same thing the Cowboys and Steelers share, at least for our age group. I don't know about these young folks. They don't even understand this rivalry. They don't. See, if you say, well, they'll talk about, I don't like the Eagles. That's fine. But then they'll say, I don't like the Rams. The Rams beat us. No. See, with the Cowboys and Steelers, and it is even to this day, there's no middle ground with these two teams. You either love them or you hate them. It's no middle ground with the Cowboys. And everybody else don't share that. Everybody else don't. That's why this rivalry to this day is still hot. Because y'all want to know why the Steelers fans and the Cowboy fans travel so well? Because in every state, We loaded. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many Cowboy fans gonna be there tomorrow? It's loaded. If the Pittsburgh Steelers were traveling to Dallas, you would have a whole bunch of Steeler fans in that stadium tomorrow. Just like tomorrow, it's going to be a whole lot of Cowboy fans in that building tomorrow. It ain't no doubt about it. No doubt. We everywhere. Steeler Nation, Cowboy Nation. Every city, every state, every NFL stadium. This is who dominates. In fact, that's why everybody want to say, but the Steeler fans are the ones that say, well, we America's team. No, you ain't America's team, but you got a solid following. The Packers are kind of like the same way. This is why the fan bases can't stand each other. The players really don't feel it. They don't feel it. Dak Prescott and them, they don't feel this. They don't feel this. They don't. They just see it as another game. We understand what it is. We understand the passion of the fans. We understand the 3 Super Bowls that they played against. They understand it, but they don't feel it like we feel it. They're too young. They don't know. They don't know. It's an NFL game. See, they looking at it like, okay, we 2-2. We gotta try to get on this side of the winning side where we're 3-3. I mean 3-2. The Steelers are 3-1. They don't want to fall to 3-2. They gotta try to keep Baltimore, ahead. So they looking at it as a game. The fan base though, folks that are our age, oh, we all in. There you go. That word term again. We all in tomorrow. We all in. We geared up tomorrow. Look, if you're a Cowboy fan, you better wear your stuff tomorrow. We know we ain't where we're supposed to be in the roster, but this is Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't care if we had the preseason roster out there. It's the Steelers. And look, at the beginning of the season, I circled 2 games. I ain't worried about the division because that's automatic. Well, I can't stay in Philadelphia. I mean, it's just automatic. We already know that's there. But when I saw that we had the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers on our schedule this year, there was a devilish grin that came on my face. Because any chance I get to beat them, even though the 49ers beat us, just about every time they see us, it's just still, it is a bragging right game tomorrow night. NBC is so smart. Peacock, whoever it is, they're so smart of making this game prime time. They are so smart and put it in because without a doubt, because of who playing tomorrow, the Steelers and the Cowboys. Then you throw in the haters of the Steelers who just want the Steelers to lose. And then you throw in the haters of the Cowboys who want the Cowboys to lose. You will have tomorrow night the highest rated game probably of the entire season tomorrow night. Watch this, other than the Super Bowl. They will set a record tomorrow night. The most watched Sunday night game ever be tomorrow night. No doubt in my mind. NBC knew exactly what they were doing, and this is why they did it. Ratings. You bring these 2 fan bases together, oh my God. Oh my God. You gonna get the ratings tomorrow. And they got prime time, ain't nobody else watching. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Watch. The only game that will outrank this game will be the Super Bowl. Joe said it's 2:30 in the morning over there in Italy. He's in Italy. I bet you're going to be watching though, Joe. See what I'm saying? Joe just go to sleep now. Because you know you ain't gonna want to hear about this. You want to see it. See what I'm talking about? If it was 2:30 in the morning in Memphis, I would go to sleep at 7:00, 8:00, whatever. Turn my alarm on. I'm watching it live. I would do that. This is gonna be incredible as far as rating goes tomorrow. Everybody gonna be on there. Haters everywhere, both teams. It's gonna be incredible. Fan bases, just incredible. It's going to be electric tomorrow night. I'm quite sure some of the old heads gonna be there. It is. It is. Everybody trying to young folks talking about, oh, the Houston Texans going to Dallas. That's gonna be a real rivalry game. Man, the Texans ain't no rivalry to us. What? See, that's young folks. See what I'm talking about? That ain't nothing to us. It's just another game. We don't care nothing about the Houston. Houston ain't never done nothing to us. See, you got to inflict pain on the team for us to have problems. There's only a few franchises that have caused us real anguish, real hurt. Tomorrow night is one of those teams. And if you 40 years old and up, you understand exactly what I'm saying. It ain't even nothing. You see what I'm saying? Joe is one of those folks. See that? See that? See, these are the people I'm talking about right here. Joe. See, when you say something like that, he understands what I'm saying. Shane says this. For you younger fans, Cowboys despise the Steelers, 49ers, and the Packers outside of the division. Like, see, that's one that knows. If you 20 years old, you wouldn't even say that. You would say the Cowboys ain't got no rivalry other than Philadelphia. Oh my God, Miss Gwen. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. See, we understand the game. We understand what this game means. Miss Gwen says 6 to 8 years here. And you know, she's 6 to 8 years old. She knows what this game means. It ain't another game. It's not another, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just the name just make your skin itch just a little bit. It's the Pittsburgh. This big. No, it ain't the Super Bowl, but it's look. If this was college, this is Alabama against Auburn. You know what I'm saying? This is Michigan against Ohio State. That's what this game is for us. It's truly a real problem. Jay Bryant, you see, I'm not lying. Everybody know if you're old as I am, or older or close to it, you know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know it. So this game means a lot. This game means a lot. And I won't exactly, Joe. It will hurt me tomorrow. I don't care. You can say, well, you ain't got Micah. You don't have the Marcus. You don't have the Ron Bland. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want all these Steeler fans who done text me this week, who all done promised to come on my show when we lose, they said. I don't want that. I got to deal with it because I don't know next time we're going to get to play the Steelers. I don't want this, Brad. I don't want it. I don't want to have this. I don't really talk trash the way I used to, and I haven't really done it on here because I guess I'm growing. But make no mistake about it, I don't like the Steelers. I don't care what version, what year. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger. I just talk about the 70 Steelers. I didn't like Ben. I didn't like Bettis. I didn't like Antonio Brown. I don't like Martavis Bryant. I was mad when we signed Martavis Bryant. Do y'all understand? When we signed Martavis Bryant on this team for the practice squad, I almost threw something at the wall. I don't want no Steelers playing. If we had the chance to get TJ Watt, which we did in the draft, But if we had a chance to get TJ Watt, I don't want him on the team. I don't like TJ. Big time, you crazy. TJ Watt, double-digit sack, defensive player of the year. Take his talent somewhere else. I don't want him. Y'all understand me? That's how much disdain I got. If it was a job opening and McCarthy is gone and there was interest from Mike Tomlin, as great as a coach as he is, I will find it'll take a long time for me to be cheering for Mike Tomlin. I don't want him on the team. That's how much I don't like the Steelers. Y'all understand me? Y'all understand the disdain. I don't want no, and check this out, y'all. Think about it. Let's go back. For us that's older. For us that's older. When have you, out of all the free agents over the years and trades, when I'm gonna tell y'all, think about it. When is Jerry Jones or Tex Schramm? When have they went in and got a Pittsburgh Steelers? Other than Martavis Bryant. When have we got a Pittsburgh Steelers? When have we signed a real free agent? Whether it was the bottom of the barrel free agent. When have we got a Pittsburgh Steelers? See that? See what I'm saying? We ain't never got one. We'll go get a Philadelphia Eagle. We ain't get no Pittsburgh Steelers. There was one exception, y'all, that we got from the 49ers. We went and got Dion. Other than that, we done had a few 49ers here, but they ain't. Exactly. See? I got a problem with it. Mike Tomlin was available, and I know he's a great coach. I know he's going to have a winning record. He never had a losing season, and I know what he brings to the table. I understand Mike Tomlin brings toughness to a team. His team is going to be fine. But if he was available, I wouldn't sign him. I can't stand him. I can't. I'm sorry. And I know what y'all saying. You're wrong. You're really not thinking big time. You call it what you want. You call it what you want. You call it what you want. I don't even want the coach on the team. Seriously. I'm done because I'm tired of talking about the game. Y'all understand. Y'all understand. Yeah. It's the Cowboys, exactly. See what she's saying? All we heard all week was what Flav was going to do to us. Exactly. Then Larry Brown decided to go ham. Exactly. So y'all can't tell me. I done had this in my heart for a long time. It ain't died. But you a preacher, and I'm a preacher that don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. How about that? Never would cheer for them. I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. All right, now I'm done. If a game, let's just say, if the Pittsburgh Steelers, you see, I'm gonna show y'all. See, y'all ain't gonna like this one. If the Pittsburgh Steelers were playing the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles and Cowboys were tied, and there was the last spot of the playoffs, and if the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cowboys would make the playoffs. Some of y'all saying, you can't be that bad. Yes, I am. I ain't cheering for nobody. I wish I would cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wish I would. Even at the expense of the Cowboys not making the playoffs, I would never cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers in any game. Not even if it meant your Cowboys would make the playoff, then the Cowboys should have won the game they lost early in the season. They shouldn't have put themselves in the position. How about that? Y'all, that's how much I can't stand the Steelers. That even if I needed the Steelers to help us, I wish I would be talking about, let's go Steelers. I wish I would. Now y'all understand. And you ain't got to feel like me. But that's why this game is important. It's personal. And for us Cow, it ain't like this with the players now. Because they too young. They don't understand this. They don't. You got guys that are rookies. They have no clue that they were just playing in college last year. They have no clue unless they grew up hating the Steelers themselves. You see what I'm saying? Unless they grew up hating them, then I get it. But for us that's older, man, look, it's personal. Because all y'all, and just like me, got to deal with all these Steeler fans if we lose tomorrow. And trust me, they will have no mercy on us. It is what it is. All right, I'm done. I got to do a wedding. I almost talked my voice out already. Got to do a wedding at 5, which explains why I came on early today. Got to do a wedding at 5 o'clock, a couple more hours from now. So I will see you guys. When I'm going to see you? I definitely won't see you Sunday night. It's going to be too late. I know y'all be still geeked up. But I'm quite sure my brothers, no Boss, and Coach Marv and Amp probably do their post game. Quite sure West Coast will be doing his post game. Y'all go support them. I'll be with you guys definitely on Monday, because if we lose, it's gonna take me at least 24 hours to digest it, and get my mind right. Because I know I'm gonna have Steeler fans on this podcast coming in laughing, all these smiley emojis and all that type of stuff, and I'm just gonna be like just sick. And it is what it is. But I'll see you guys Monday night at 7 p.m. Monday night at 7 p.m. And we'll talk about what we saw in the game, and we'll close the book on them, and then we'll start getting ready for another big one against the Detroit Lions. So let's go Cowboys. That's the only thing I can say. Let's go Cowboys. Look, you got a nation of old honorary Cowboy fans that are gonna be pushing y'all tomorrow. You're gonna have a whole bunch of honorary old Cowboy fans like us that's gonna be looking hard. They better not get up there and lay an egg, get embarrassed and stuff. I really have a problem with that. I don't think that's gonna happen. But until Monday, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. You had fun today. Hopefully I'll be in a good mood Monday night. I will be in rare form if the Cowboys win. But at the same time, we'll be in rare form if we lose. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.